All right, guys, we're back with the Screen Team on KWOC. Remember, you can check out all previous reviews by going to our website. You can find it at www.screenteampb.com. That's screenteampb.com. Being joined by Sabrina J. for this next review. We're going to be doing the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. This one is called Alice Through the Looking Glass. It came out in May of 2016. Of course, the original was directed by Tim Burton. This one was directed by James Bobbin. And, of course, it stars Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. Sabrina J., this was a movie that you really wanted to see bad. You got to see it. Did you like it?
I did. I enjoyed this movie. I liked the way that it was part of a story I'd never heard before, but with characters that I, can relate to already. And,
of course.
I went and saw it by myself. I wanted to see it that bad.
Yeah, I didn't want nothing to do with this, man. Were you a fan of the first one?
I was a fan. I wasn't a huge fan. Like, it didn't blow me away.
Right.
But we also went and saw it at midnight because I had such high expectations. And when you go, at midnight and do one of those special previews, you're just like wore out already. So I almost felt like my level of energy was, not conducive to seeing the movie in its grandeur. But we own it. And I think I've put it in once, since we bought the movie. But
so what you're saying is we should sell it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's just one of those movies that I'm going to enjoy. It's not probably going to be one that you or Luke ever says, oh, yeah, let's have movie family night and pull this one out of the hat. But I love it's so colorful and so vibrant. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I love. It's why I love that movie Pan when they came out with the new one, and it was just so colorful and just so next worldly. And I love the concept of the fact that she's a sea captain now and captaining her father's ship. And
who's a sea captain? Alice?
Alice, yeah. Yeah.
So is that the storyline? She's
why a sea captain
why
now.
is she back in Wonderland? What's going on, man?
She follows a moth, which is the caterpillar, from the first story, who's turned into a moth, a butterfly or whatever. She follows it into the mirror, and they're trying to find her, and so she finally responds. Well, she's been at sea for 3 years. Her father's passed away, and. She's captaining her father's ship. She's got estate issues. The guy that she turned down to marry is taking her house and says, if you'll give me your father's ship, I'll let you keep your house. She's being bullied. Right. And her mother says, you need to take care of things here. You need to stop worrying about finding other worlds to conquer and trade and do all this kind of stuff with, You need to take care of your matters at home and stop trying to do all these impossible things. Mm-hmm. Like she's still carrying, I need to do 8 impossible things before my day is over. She's still trying to do that. And she's excellent at being the captain of her ship. This is all established within like the first 15 minutes of the movie, though. Yeah. The story really moves when it goes into the mirror and she's into the Underland. And basically, Johnny Depp's character, the Mad Hatter, is sick. He's dying. Mm-hmm. And those characters, they don't usually die so easily. Mm-hmm. They're timeless characters. Yet, all of a sudden, you realize that they do have to live by the standards of time. And time is not as we see it, but rather it's a him. And the guy that plays Time is Borat.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
But he is a mechanical character who is literally connected to time, to the grandfather of clocks that runs time. And so they have a device that allows them to go between times. You can go back to something that happened in the past, but you're not supposed to encounter yourself. That's always the thing. You can't see yourself. You can't encounter yourself. And so Alice decides to go back to a time, and she has to steal this device from Time himself, which sets in motion him chasing her through time to stop her from messing with time.
My head is about to explode.
Exactly. It's just so incredibly complicated that it's wonderful. And you've got the queen, and you've got the rabbit and the mouse and all the characters that you love. They're all there, Cheshire Cat, and they're all trying to help Alice achieve her goal. So they're minimal until you get to close to the end when she brings back what she needs from the past, which was always in front of her all along. You know, how Alice in Wonderland is just filled with all these things that take you in big circles just to realize you didn't need to do it in the first place. But sometimes it's the journey that teaches you what you need to know, not what you went after.
That seems like an awful lot of work. I'd rather just get it done right away.
Just watch, pardon the interruption.
Rather just get it done right away. Do you have a favorite character in this film?
Well, I always loved Johnny Depp's character, the Mad Hatter, and you do love him in this movie enough that you care to try and save his life. Mm-hmm. He believes passionately that his family is alive, and you learn in the first movie that they were killed on a certain day by a dragon from the evil Queen of Hearts. And you find out how the Queen of Hearts' head got so big, and you find out why she's so dead set against ruining her sister's world as queen. And you go back to all these points in time, you understand so much more about the story that you don't get from Alice in Wonderland. You just take for granted that it is.
Does she still have those frog butlers? Remember in the first one?
Yeah, in the cartoon?
No, in the first one.
Oh, where, I don't remember.
I forgot
the frog butlers.
I forgot what they did, but they were like, they took something, and she's like, did you take my... something or other? And he's like, no, madam.
Oh, yeah.
Then he lies, you know.
Actually, that's an important thing. Is she's very, very fond of her tarts.
Tarts, that's what it is.
Yeah, the tarts play a very important role in this movie as well. The tarts are the end of all evil.
Really?
In the beginning of it, too.
The tarts are, huh?
The tarts are the culprit.
The tarts are the culprit. Who's going to like this film?
It is very complicated, but if you don't go into it trying to understand everything and analyze it, you'd probably enjoy it even more. I think this is definitely a little girl's movie, but I think there's so much adventure that the boys can appreciate it, but I can't see them going, I want to watch Alice Through the Looking Glass, you know? The minute you say Alice, the boys are all like, I don't want to watch that. You know, but it does have some outrageous stuff in it that, there's explosions and time travel, and I mean, there's so much adventure to it. But I think it's a hard sell to get the boys interested in middle school. But I think any girl would enjoy it. But as far as like grown-ups, I don't know, you just gotta love colorful, vibrant, bright, complex story movies.
And you do.
And I do.
You do. It's called Alice Through the Looking Glass. You can find it on DVD. Sabrina, thank you very much. We're going to be back next Saturday with another hour-long edition of The Screen Team. Here's what we got for you next week. We got Davine Conover from
she's a nice lady.
Yeah, from Ozark Federal Credit Union. She'll be in. We'll be doing some Christmas movies like It's a Wonderful Life, White Christmas, and Holiday Inn. Then you're going to be joining me in the second half hour for Frank and Ollie, which is a documentary about two of the most famous Disney artists of all time. We'll also be reviewing the film The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Good Burger. We'll do that with Kyle. That's coming your way next Saturday at 6 p.m. For Sabrina and Chris, we are the Screen Team on KWOC.